What if Dracula didn't become a monster because he wanted power, but because God stopped listening? A man so broken by love, he tore open the gates of heaven and hell just to get her back today. We're diving deep into who Prince Vlad truly was, the death that destroyed him, the ritual that turned him into Dracula, and the 400 years of blood, rage, and obsession that led him right back to the woman he could never save, and what he had to do to finally let her go. Let's start at the beginning, where every horror story begins, with a tragedy. Before the fangs and the shadows, Vlad was a prince of Wallachia, a soldier, a husband, and the kind of man people followed into war because he feared nothing except losing the woman he loved. Her name was Elisabeta, a healer, a dreamer, and the only soft thing in a world made of iron. Vlad fought the Ottoman Empire for years, believing every battle brought him closer to peace. A peace where he could stop being a weapon and finally be a husband. But fate doesn't care about peace. And on one of those blood-soaked days, when Vlad returned from battle, he didn't find victory. He found Elisabeta's body. Her death broke something inside him that never healed. When Elisabeta died, Vlad did something no warrior had ever done. He fell to his knees and begged God to return her. But the only answer he got was silence. So he turned his back on heaven. He walked into the old chapel, tore down the cross, and made a vow that froze the blood in every angel listening. That same cross was used to impale the priest in the same horrific style. Vlad impaled his enemies on the battlefield. If heaven wouldn't return her soul, then hell would teach him how to take it back. The ritual wasn't glorious. It wasn't noble. It was rage, weaponized. It was a pact with the devil. The moment he drove the blade into his own hand and drank his own blood, the world bent around him. The candles died, the ground shivered. And Vlad, Prince of Wallachia, died in that chapel. Dracula stood up in his place. Becoming a vampire didn't give him peace. It gave him a cursor with a heartbeat. Dracula spent the next 4 centuries searching for Elisabeta's soul. Every lifetime she returned in a new face, a new voice, a new era, but never long enough for him to find her in time. So he created tools, agents made from his own blood. Men and women he turned into his shadows. Hunters who could travel where he couldn't, speak to those he couldn't reach, and search for signs of Elisabeta's reincarnation. Maria was the strongest of them. Part servant, part daughter, part weapon. But even that wasn't enough. So Dracula made something darker. A perfume. Not a normal one. This one carried pieces of Elisabeta's old belongings, her faded flowers, even dust from her grave. It was designed to call out to souls that carried her echo. A scent meant to whisper to whatever part of her might still linger in the world. But one day, the scent called back. When Jonathan Harker arrived at Dracula's castle to handle a real estate deal, Dracula wasn't interested in documents. He was interested in Harker's fiancée, Mina. The moment he saw her photograph, everything inside Dracula stopped. Same eyes, same voice, same soul. After 400 years, he finally found her. But there was a problem. Mina didn't remember him. She didn't remember being Elisabeta at all. Dracula didn't want to force her. So instead, he broke the perfume, destroyed every tool he made, and went to find her himself. But Harker escaped, and he wasn't coming alone. Dracula found Mina in Paris, just as France celebrated the centenary of the Revolution. And slowly, painfully, he awakened memories inside her that had been silent for centuries. Memories of their wedding, their last night together, her fall from the tower, his scream that never stopped. And she remembered everything. Mina didn't run. She didn't fight him. She followed him back to Wallachia, begging him to turn her so they could live forever. For the first time in 400 years, Dracula wasn't alone. And that's when Harker returned, this time with a priest who knew exactly what Dracula had done to become immortal. They didn't come to save Mina. They came to save her soul. The siege of Dracula's castle wasn't heroic. It was brutal, a storm of faith versus fury. While Harker fought through Dracula's undead guards, the priest pushed into the throne room. Dracula waited for him. The priest didn't threaten him. He didn't scream. He simply said, "If you love her, let her go, because if you turn her, she dies forever." For the first time since Elisabeta fell, Dracula paused. And in that silence, he knew the priest was right. Dracula could survive anything except watching her suffer for eternity. So he made the only choice he had left. He lowered his sword. He let the priest stake him. And he died in Mina's arms, whispering that he never stopped loving her. 400 years of rage ended in a single moment of mercy. Dracula 2025 isn't just a vampire story. It's a story about grief so deep it can twist a man into a monster, and love so strong it can turn that monster human again. It shows a Dracula who wasn't born evil, but made a deal with darkness just to feel close to the woman he loved. And in the end, the only thing strong enough to kill him was hope. Watch the next video on your screen for more dark origins and twisted vampire lore.